Hi friends, happy Friday. My name is Michelle Caudle and I'm the Director of Children's Ministries at Los Altos United Methodist Church. Today for our Family Friday moment, I'm going to talk about how to talk to your kids about race and racism. I don't know if you've seen this, but I've noticed there have been a lot of articles about and posts and all of that about how important it is to talk about race, but not so much about what to actually say. And for some people, that can be a challenge. So I'm going to give some tips that I have. This just comes from my own experience. Being a white Christian woman, I have one experience and somebody else is going to have different advice. So please look for advice that works for you and your family. So it is definitely important to talk to your kids about race and racism so that they know what's going on and they have the language to talk about it. Having the words to express what they're seeing and feeling makes a huge difference for kids, and parents can really help do that. The way I like to explain it is talking about race and celebrating what makes somebody unique and different is really good and important. Racism, treating somebody differently, treating somebody like they are less worthy, that's racism, is not okay, ever. So, I'll start with some definitions. Race is a combination of how you look and who you are connected to, your family. So, you may look just like your parents, or you might look like a combination of them, or you might look just like yourself. No matter what, they are part of your family and they are part of your ancestors and your big story. Everyone has a place and a story that they belong to, and part of that is how you look. The color of your skin, the texture of your hair, the shape of your facial features, your nose, your eyes, your height, your body build, that's all part of it. And noticing and celebrating and being happy about exactly who you are and appreciating people for exactly who they are is really important. Racism, I'm going to define as treating somebody as less worthy because of their race. So treating somebody like they are less than because they have darker skin or light skin is never okay. Treating somebody poorly because of a group that they belong to is never okay. And making that really clear, that difference between race and racism can really help kids. So with young children, practice noticing differences and celebrating them. You can find lots of lists of diverse books. Read them, notice differences, honor and celebrate them. That'll make a big difference as kids grow up. As you're walking through the store, have a quiet conversation about who you see and what they look like with your kid. It doesn't need to be a loud conversation. We don't need kids screaming about things, but it is okay if they do that. That is them being children and noticing, and that's a good thing. So just expose them. I think it's a great idea to visit different parts of town, go to a restaurant in a different town than where you live, so kids can experience different cultures and ways of doing life. Go to the grocery store across town. Invite friends over. Go to friends' houses that have different backgrounds. That's all really good, and celebrate what's different. When your kids get older in elementary school, they are very aware of what is fair and not fair. You do not have to bring it up with kids. They will bring it up on their own. Lean into that. Talk about how things are fair, not fair. Help them understand some of the context and the background behind what's going on so that they can fully understand and feel seen and understood. And just lean into it and help them figure out how to make things more fair, because elementary kids are wired for anti-racism work. and they will thrive if you give them the support and the language and the encouragement that they need. My last piece of advice is to practice a mindset of wonder. Help your kids see that the way we do things in our household is one way of doing them, and say, I wonder how other people celebrate. You could talk about that at holidays. That's a really easy entry point for kids. We celebrate Christmas this way, but I wonder how your friends celebrate. Maybe you could ask them. Instead of assuming that the way you do things is right, that will help them see that there are many ways of living life that are good and right in God's eyes, and there isn't one right way. Because if kids only see one way of doing things, they will assume that is the only correct way. And that's not the case. There's so much diversity of viewpoints, beliefs, skin color, all of it, and they are all good and right in God's eyes. And letting your kids know that goes a long way. It can be that simple. So, best of luck. Go on the internet, do some of your own research. There are a lot of great resources. These are just a few tips that I thought I would share to help you start a conversation with your kids. Have a great weekend, and I will see you on Sunday for worship and Sunday school.